By the end of the Renaissance, the popes began to rebuild the aqueducts, and the population exploded. The architects developed the zone with the straight, new thoroughfares, which attracted mainly upper-class families and foreigners who could afford the pricey real estate. Artists and artisans followed. This development left many important artistic landmarks, from the Baroque, the 17th century, to the Romantic period, the 18th to 19th century. This morning we're exploring the area on the left of the Roman Trident. For the previous videos, you can visit the channel. Roma Romantica refers to the area of the city that in late 16th century were the starting point for a gradual rebuilding. They replace vineyards and wastelands that had occupied most of Rome's area following the Roman Empire's collapse, with people and a lot of palazzi. Right after this video, check the new episodes for the second part of the walk. The area is linked with the Counter-Reformation, 16th to 17th century, a vigorous response to the threat of Protestantism and remorse for the Renaissance, worldliness and paganism. Walking here, you feel the elegance of the 18th century. Rome had a powerful impact on two key figures in the history of Romanticism and Neoclassicism. Goethe, the polymath and unrivaled interpreter of the zeitgeist, whose stay in Rome had a significant impact on his thought. And another German, Winckelmann, the archaeologist whose ideas formed the basis of neoclassicism in art. They both resided in this area. Since the Renaissance, Rome has been a worldwide center of the arts and a magnet for foreigners seeking creative and spiritual fulfillment. The flow intensified in the 18th century, the archetypal age of the Grand Tour, and peaked in the early decades of the 19th century, when the area gained its most distinctively romantic character. These visitors came primarily to see the classical ruins and spend their time there. However, most of them stayed in these newly redeveloped quarters. Via del Babuino e Via Margutta. This area was abandoned when the Roman Empire fell, mainly because barbarians had cut the aqueducts. Just in the 16th century, the Pope started the works here. They faced basically two problems: bringing the water back and persuading people to move here. So for the first problem, the popes repaired an ancient aqueduct which mainly ran underground. They named the water it carried Aqua Vergine, so the water of the Virgin, dated back to ancient Roman times when, according to tradition, a young virgin led some thirsty Roman soldiers to its source. The Aqua Vergine will be really important for our tour, composed of two parts. The water flows under the hill on the left side and then descends to the Spanish Square, and then it flows to the Trevi Fountain. The second problem, so attracting people, were handled with fiscal incentives. Foreign painters could settle here free of craft or trade taxes. Many opened shops in Via del Babuino and here on Via Margutta. The artists were also attracted by the market for their work among the wealthy inhabitants of the Piazza di Spagna. Artisans soon joined the painters in related fields, such as framing, color mixing, and dealing in art and antiques. The two streets still show traces of this artistic bohemian character, but ongoing gentrification has diluted it. Most of the studios on the two streets are now luxurious apartments, and most of the colorful art-related shops are gone. But several artists still live on Via Margutta. and many antique stores, once famous throughout Europe, remain on Via del Babuino. Here we're walking on Via Margutta. The name itself reflects the street's bohemian vibe. Margut, braggart hero of a 15th century comic poem, was named by the artists and artisans who originally moved here. Painters and other artists have resided here for centuries, as you may recall. Famous people who lived on this street include Federico Fellini, Giulietta Masina, and Renato Guttuso. Today, this charming street is home to a variety of art galleries and antique businesses. Via Margutta contains some of Rome's most stunning vine-covered palazzi. Here is where you can get your daily dose of green. At the end of the block, there's the Anglican Church of All Saints, one of the first Protestant churches in Rome after 1870 and the end of papal rule. This is a pure example of the English Gothic revival style. The church was built to provide a spiritual heaven to the substantial British population in Rome, and is a testimonial to artistic currents sweeping through Victorian England at the time. When authority passed from the papacy to the Italian state in the late 19th century, Rome experienced a profound and devastating makeover to become a modern capital. However, many portions of Roma Romantica have remained almost unchanged. Indeed, some of their beauty and emotional appeal bled into surrounding new neighborhoods erected in the end of the century, Belle Epoque period. Other regions have deteriorated significantly. Ironically, the areas of Rome that are most in need of renovation today are those established after Rome became Italy's capital in 1871. The Fountain of the Arts pays homage to Via Margutta's rich creative past with a bucket of paintbrushes and a pair of faces depicting the two main moods of all artists, full of joy and also sadness. The end of our tour is here, by the Spanish Square. Piazza di Spagna, Rome's most famous square, is shaped like a twisted bow tie and flanked by towering, shuttered homes painted with pink, white, ochre. Expatriates and international visitors have traditionally frequented the area. The Spanish embassy was here in the 17th century. The region around it was considered Spanish territory. Anybody who unintentionally trespassed risked being dragooned into the Spanish army. So just imagine how dangerous it was to walk here 400 years ago. The area was in the core of the leading hotel district in the 18th and 19th century, attracting guests from all over the world. Today, the piazza is crowded all day and in the summer, much of the night. Trinità dei Monti, the church which is at the summit of the stairs, was constructed by the French in 1485. It's noted for its stunning vista. So I hope you did already watch the previous videos with that incredible view. In case, check it. I hope you enjoyed the tour, so subscribe to the channel and watch the next adventures. Ciao!